So, on the More to Us podcast today, we're going to be talking video games.
Video games that we're playing, recommendations. See what you got.
Um,
I know you're a big Apex guy.
I am. I thought we'd start with one that we both play. Well, I used to play. I don't know if you still do. Fall Guys. That is a game that has made me. I haven't been that mad since early COD days.
I haven't played it in a while, probably since the last time we played, but dude, that game is designed for 10-year-old kids, at least the eye test, that's how it comes across. And I swear, man, we would play for hours and not get
Yep.
a dub, and we'd probably be out here losing to 10-year-old kids.
Oh, for
Most
sure.
infuriating game I've ever played.
By far. It's one of those games that shouldn't be that hard, but is. That night, I've uninstalled it at this point. It's a
It
terrifically
must have
fun
really
game.
pissed you off then.
It is a terrifically fun game, but
See, Fall Guys shouldn't be making either one of us that angry. Full-grown men.
um,
Fall Guys is making us want to throw our TVs that are 80-inch plasmas.
we
It's an issue.
went to round 6. Round 6. They're normally like 5 rounds, 6 rounds at the most. We went to round 6, got absolutely just plotted on.
We got a team game.
Yeah, round 6 we got a team game.
And for those of you who haven't played the game, by the time round 6 comes around, there's less than 10 players.
Yeah, I think there was 6. I think there was 6 players,
Yeah,
and for some
team
reason,
games will corrupt you. Everyone knows this.
and so, it was. I couldn't do it. First day we played, we got a dub within like 2.5 hours, and then just struggled after that. And it wasn't.
The better we got, the worse we became.
And when we got to round 6, lost. I couldn't do it. It made me mad. We had never played round 7. We had just never been that deep in the game and had to play a team game, and B, it was like there's only maybe like 6 to 10 people left, and we just got absolutely corrupted by a team game, and I couldn't do it.
Like I said,
couldn't do it. I had to
team games will
uninstall it.
corrupt you.
Had to uninstall it, and
Fall Guys should not be a game that infuriates us to the point to where we're uninstalling it from our console. It shouldn't be that way.
I'm just not
But
gonna
it
play.
is.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna play a game that makes me that mad.
Which is funny because leading up to us playing Fall Guys, I've always played 2K and Madden. I'll give anyone the smoke in 2K and Madden. That's a known fact.
I don't play 2K or Madden anymore. Quit a long time ago. Those were games that also infuriated me, especially
They can do it.
especially in person when you're playing that person.
Shit
And
starts talking.
my gosh, I think the last time I played it was my brother, and
One of the best trash talkers.
yeah, he's really good at it. And I was up, came back, and he won a very close game, and it got very heated. And I just decided, like, I'm not going to play this game if it's going to get me this upset. I'm not going to play a game that's supposed to be fun to me and enjoyable. And because it's one of those, I think it was 2K, to be honest with you. And I ended up losing by 2, but it was only because he caught that last wave of momentum. Because they're momentum
2K
games.
is a big momentum game, more than the others, way more than Madden. Sometimes 2K, it almost feels like they do it on purpose. 2K is very theatrical in this way. You can, if you're on and you know you're on, but you're losing, you and you play the game a lot, you know that your time is coming. You know,
Right.
2K is just they're gonna let one bucket go in, and the next thing you know, you're on a 10-0 run and you're down 3 going into the fourth quarter.
You know who's really good? We got to get him on the podcast soon. We're going to do an interview with him soon. YKB Kwame, one of my best friends, Kwame. This man he will absolutely destroy people at 2K. I'm talking like,
Not me.
so one time,
Put it to the test.
Oh, dude, he's good. He's good. And I was watching him play one time, and I was talking trash to the dude he's playing with because I was friends with both him and the guy he was playing. And he was like, you know what? If you're gonna sit there and talk trash to him, why don't you play? And I'm not gonna name him. I'm not gonna name him, but he was down by like 75 points, 80 points, and I said, if the goal is to lose by 80, I mean, I could do that. Because it really was. It was like maybe like 104 to 28. It was bad.
So Kwame must be nasty at 2K.
Oh, he's good. He is good.
I gotta play him because I like to think I'm pretty good.
Oh, I wouldn't advise playing him.
Like, let me take whatever side you want, but I'm telling you that I'm coming in there and I'm winning that game.
I've actually watched him throw games.
Really?
Yeah. Like to the point that like when I was watching it, I knew he was throwing it, and then like after we talked, and he was like, "Yeah, I threw it because we put money on it, and he already owes me money." Like they were doing like double or nothing, and this was after he like they had already put like 50 on a game before that, and he owed him like 100 because they did double or nothing before that, and he won both those games, and so he was 3 in a row at that point, right? About to go up $200 on him. And he was just like, it's like my friend. I'm not going to do that to him. So I've watched him actually throw games. But when he's not playing for money and like trying to be generous, I've actually watched him go on like a 15-game win streak. And I'm not talking these are not 2, 5, 7-point wins. These are 20+ point wins. Yeah. Like he was destroying.
Does he have a team?
No, they do random.
Okay.
They do random.
They do randoms and a suicide.
Yeah. So you get 3 randoms and the suicide, which is very traditional way to play. If you don't play that way,
dude, hold on.
I understand
real quick,
it.
Though, a lot of people probably don't even know how that was created because nobody plays face to face anymore. People don't understand. Like me personally, I remember my dad having Madden tournaments with his buddies, and they come over and they'd hit the random button, hit the random button, hit the random button, and then take a suicide.
I didn't know that came from a long time ago. I thought that was something new.
No.
I just learned something today.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's absolutely nasty at 2K. I really haven't seen him play Madden that much. He's played it a little bit, but when I tell you he's a dog at 2K, he's a dog at 2K.
Well, we'll have it on here. You think we can get him on the channel and get a little match?
I definitely think so.
All right. Well, let's make it happen.
It'd be interesting. Maybe after you guys played once or twice, but to throw a little bit of money on it, do a little More to Us podcast, little bet. But
proceeds go to charity.
But yeah, no, he's an absolute dog, and my brother also
dog at Madden.
That kid is
and
nasty
how
Madden.
I view myself at Madden.
I don't know if you know this. We were top. We used to play together. So, like, the thing is we had 2 different styles of play. But we used to play NCAA together, and we were top 25 in the world. Top 20 in the world.
You've told me this. Yeah, NCAA. I was top 5% in Madden back in the day.
Yo, and so I'm not...
Like, top 25.
I'm not going to lie. He's a little bit too good at Madden. You guys used to get into some very heated Madden games where it'd be going back and forth, and it'd be up for grabs.
It would always be a great game, and I just always got the short end of the stick.
You got hit with bro, he just somehow always gets the momentum at the end of the game, and it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter if I'm up 17 with 4 minutes left.
Like, he catches that momentum
Madden's
and
gonna
does
fumble
it.
My kick return. They're going to make me throw a pick.
I don't know if you remember. I remember one specific game where I think you had the Eagles and he had the Pats.
Yeah.
And he got like 2 picks in the last 4 minutes on you.
Yep.
And I have never seen you, like, you weren't even really mad at him. Like, he was talking trash, but you were furious at the game because like they weren't like bad passes.
They were never normal picks.
Yeah, they were horrible.
It's like, all right, I'm just gonna check it down to my running back.
Right, and he would just
his helmet
pick it
and goes up in the air and whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. But as I was saying, though, we were talking about Fall Guys, and I was saying leading up to that, I was playing Madden and 2K mainly. After Fall Guys, I kind of got on a video game binge. I started playing Need for Speed Heat after that. I know you saw me play it. Graphics are insane.
Yes.
I don't know. Did you ever play Midnight Club back in the day?
I did not.
So Midnight Club was known for its customization. You could do so much to the cars, paint.
I do remember that though.
Yeah, it was nuts. This game felt like a Midnight Club game from back in the day. Just
Oh,
with,
it had those feels. It
yep,
did.
but with next gen console graphics. It was a great game, and it was free on the PlayStation Store when I got it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know your son loved playing it. Or watching.
Huh?
At least. No, Damon loved.
Oh yeah, yeah. My son, he loves watching me, but he also likes just taking the cars and driving them into the water. He wants to go in the water, but I mean that kills the car. You got to restart. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Anytime he wants to play, it's like, oh, I got to go to the water. I'm like, please don't. Second he does, I got to walk over and I got to like go back to the garage, pick him out a new car. It's got to load in, load out. It's a hassle, man.
Yeah. He enjoys racing games, but not for the racing part of the game.
He likes going to McDonald's. We found a fast food chain in the game. He called it McDonald's. It looks like Hardee's. It's a star. But he loves pretending. So we'll go to the Hardee's fast food shop in the game, and he'll order French fries, chicken nuggets, chocolate milkshake, and then he asked me to go to the gas station. And we go to the gas stations where you repair your car, but if you pull up next to it, you can view into the gas station. And he'll give me a whole grocery list of what he wants me to go to. It's hilarious.
That is pretty
And
funny.
then he pretends like he's talking to the cashier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that. That's funny though. That's funny. A game that you got me into, actually. I haven't played the new one yet, but you got me into the old Horizon, and I've been itching to play the new one.
Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West.
They're both amazing games.
Two of the best games I've ever played, to be honest.
I will definitely. I can give the stamp to
Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. Yeah, I couldn't remember which one was which.
The second one it's the same game, just enhanced. Just better graphics, better gameplay, better stories, better combat.
It's a pretty interesting game, actually, from the standpoint of like it's a not to give away too much, but it's a post-apocalyptic world, and you kind of go through trying to figure out. And this is the first one that I played. I can't testify. Obviously, Forbidden West is a heck of a game according to him, and I valued his recommendation on the first one. It was accurate. It was an amazing game. I had a lot of fun playing it. I actually beat it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Dude,
nice.
binged it.
Congrats.
Binged it.
It's a grind.
Yeah, it took forever.
It's the most, I mean, even the first one, which is small, the map is smaller than Forbidden West, the new one. But even in Zero Dawn, that map felt huge. It really felt like you were like Indiana Jones, just going out in the unexplored world, finding shit, discovering stuff. Everything's on YouTube. There's killer machines scattered throughout the world in the game.
A lot of side quests too. There's
The
a main
quests
storyline, and then
almost a second main storyline,
right?
Because they're so in depth. The game is so in depth.
And I got the DLC. I don't remember if I had to buy it. I believe it was free.
I do.
With
I
the
think
game.
it was free when we got it.
Yeah. Got the Frozen Wilds DLC pack for the first one, and just the sheer storyline that connected the main part to the Frozen Wilds. They weren't like a completely separate storyline and everything. It all tied together. It was really well done. The graphics were amazing. One thing that always amazed me about it, and this was after I learned about how much it actually cost to do this, was the hair. Aloy's hair. Oh, dude. Flowing. It moves
somehow,
with her,
it
which
somehow
is
looks better in the new one.
Oh, I can imagine.
That was a point of emphasis for them.
Yeah, I mean it's an impressive game. It hit a lot of the check marks for me. You know.
Yeah.
The storyline, the weapons.
I've ever played before.
The difficulty of killing some of the different machines was impressive to me too.
I mean, and we're not out here playing on easy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think we both put it.
Very hard.
Yeah. I was gonna say you recommended that, so I did it too.
Because it's so rewarding. You know, when you take down a big machine or you complete the game, it's such a grind.
And I mean that was just a fantastic game. I had a lot of fun playing it. It took I think it took me 2 months, and this was um, when I had a lot of time to play video games at the time, and I just focused on that. Um, and it was so much fun. All the different ways to kill the machines, all the different tasks, the quests, the cauldrons.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it was really fun. And then when you look at like the actual storyline, when you pay attention to it,
It's crazy, and it's crazy how the side quests always tie back into the game.
oh yeah,
Very thought. It's like a movie. It's like a mix of The Last of Us, Red Dead, and GTA, plus
I,
its own thing.
yeah,
I don't know if you remember, but I looked at my because I beat the game completely. The main storyline finished, all the side quests, all the errands. Probably I didn't scan, like do all the tedious things. Like I don't have every data point in the game, but I beat that game fully, and it was 70 or 80 hours total gameplay,
I almost
which is
had
a
almost
lot.
every data point. The only thing that I didn't do were like the hunting grounds, but it was mostly because
I didn't like the hunting
I didn't
grounds.
care for them that
Yeah,
much.
same.
So I just ended up doing them.
Mm-hmm.
The only game I play now, especially after I uninstalled Fall Guys, as he mentioned earlier, I'm an Apex man. I play Fortnite a little bit, only with people. I have a friend who's amazing at the game.
A dog at Fortnite.
Yeah, he has like either a 6 or a 7 KD this season. He's absolutely nuts. Yeah, he's going crazy. Um, play Apex, love it. I think it's the best battle royale. I've played almost all of them.
It's the best team game by
Right.
far.
It requires a lot of synergy, from just knowing how to play your legend to communication is key.
It's a fucking war zone too. That's what I love about the game. When shit really starts popping off, it's a war zone. There's bombs going off, guns are being fired. You can't hear your teammates. It's what? What'd you say? I can't hear you. Say it again. So yeah, you really got to be on the same page in Apex. You got to be working as one cohesive unit. It's the best game for team play and accountability.
oh yeah,
Because if you're on a squad of 3, it takes one guy not knowing what they're doing, not knowing how to use their character, their special attributes, just fuck everyone.
yeah. I mean, it to be honest, it was what I was looking for in a battle royale.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
really
impressive.
like. I knew I wanted like certain like for Fortnite was like kind of the first thing I played, but I knew like I wanted skins to like have certain abilities and stuff. And then when I played Apex, I believe my brother actually played it first, but he was like, "I think this is what you wanted." And the moment I touched down in Apex, I was like, "This is exactly what I wanted." And they've done a lot to. Now you start off with the white Evo, all of that. So they've done a lot to fix the game because I remember early on somebody picked up like a blue shield. You were absolutely screwed because they had like twice as much health as you, and you really had to be on your P's and Q's back then. I have a fantastic time playing it, and it is a very frustrating game. I will say that it's very frustrating. And to your point, that's one of the things I love about it
Yeah,
is the Warzone ability, like to when you bump in. There's these certain spots on the map. It's not every game, but there are times, especially when we've played together, like because I hunt those moments down. When you just go like battle to battle to battle to battle, or like it's you fighting you and two other teams fighting at one time, which also like once again requires the communication to be on point.
You really got to be locked in because I think I'm decent at video games.
I wish you'd get back on Apex.
Apex low key overwhelms me sometimes
It does.
because
There's a lot going on.
there's so much stuff going on, and you need to know what the first thing you have to do is, and then as soon as that's done, you have to go to, immediately to the next thing. And do combat, it's crazy.
It
Knowing
is.
your angles in Apex, I think that's the game. At least when it comes to combat.
Oh yeah,
Fast
for sure.
twitch, know your angles, in
Hiding
and out.
behind stuff. Um, I've definitely gotten better. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm great at the game. Um, Probably I'm up there. I don't want to. I'm not gonna hype myself up to be something I'm not. But we'll definitely clip some stuff. I'll show you some guys some highlights. You can see and rate my gameplay, and I know everybody's gonna pick it apart and say, "Oh, this is what you should have done here." But
Hey, help us learn. Help us get better.
the thing is I love it, and I continue to get better. And right now, I think I'm on the cusp of being a great player. I'm a good player, well above average. You know, when I drop in, and the thing is I play with randoms a lot of times,
Yeah.
which
Once again, which is why it's so difficult to win, because if you're playing with randos, what kind of trust do you have in any of those guys?
right, and a lot of them don't have mics, which
How can you play that game without a mic?
I don't know why you'd play a team game, and it's 3 people. So I don't know if you know this about Apex. You do. But if you're watching this and you've never played Apex or anything like that, it's unique in the fact that you're 3-man squads. 3-man squads, which requires a lot of synergy. Because when that third guy is not doing his job well, even if you have 2 people that are on their P's and Q's, if that third guy's not doing well, there's only so much you can do from the perspective of if when you're going 2-on-3, it's very difficult to do that. And to me, it's just the best battle royale, and I don't see myself giving it up.
At this point, I would say it's better than Fortnite. Obviously, Fall Guys is not included, but I've never been a PUBG guy. Apex, nothing else gives you the experience that Apex gives you.
Oh,
And
Apex,
the satisfaction that comes with winning.
he talked about this when I first introduced him to it, and I got him to go. I was the one that kind of like brought him into the Apex world. I believe that you had like played it a little bit before that and everything.
Like I had it, I played it, probably had maybe an hour or 2 of total time on there. Never really played it, grinded it.
But I brought him in, and so when he started playing in my lobbies instead of like those intro lobbies where people are a little bit more spread out and everything. And it was crazy because we would get into these anywhere from 3 teams to like 7-team fights, and especially when it's going back to back to back to back to back. Like you fight a squad, another squad rolls up. You fight that squad, another squad rolls up. And it's almost never ending at some points. Like you will sit there and you're like, we were talking about this before we started shooting. We were talking about games that make you sweat, and I will literally be palm sweating from the armpits. It's crazy, especially when you get into some of those later circles and there's still 5 teams left and you're fighting it out in a small area, and you got to be on your movement, you got to be on your angles, like you said.
You have to know how to loot in that game.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's different in every battle royale.
If you're watching this and you do play Apex, and you want a couple quick pointers,
give them to the people.
Number 1, shield swap. Shield swaps are most important. You get in that loot box, swap shields. I don't care if you go down. There are times that I go from purple to white. So I lose 50 shield health doing that. But it's a lot quicker than trying to pop shield cells or a shield bat. That's number 1. Number 2, I would say loot ammo first. Ammo and shield swap are some of the most important things, especially if you're getting to the point that you're in these multi-squad battles. That's what you need to focus on. Attachments, they're good and all, but your settings should be at a point that, like, yes, attachments help you, but you should have your settings down to the point that, like, whether you have a gray stabilizer or a purple stabilizer, you're still landing shots. And I agree with Ninja. I don't really like Ninja. I don't know how everybody feels about him. But Ninja one time said
real
it.
Quick, we're Dr. Disrespect fans.
Yes, that is very true.
The Doc, the 2 times.
The Doc.
Back to back. Go on.
He said it one time on stream. Somebody called him out and they said, like, hey, you're doing this because you have a blue AR. And he said, I'll do this with a gray AR. It's not about, the attachments. It's not about the gun. It's about landing your shots and getting that person dropped. Third and final point, I would say don't finish a kill all the time. Sometimes
people will run out of their way, sacrifice their teammate's life to go finish their kill.
Right. So, like, when you're focusing on your stats like that, yes, you're negatively impacting your team, but you're slowing yourself down to such a degree because, between the knockdown shield and the 100 health they have when they're knocked down, you're looking anywhere from 100, so bare minimum is 250, I believe, up to all the way. I think a gold is like 750. So if you can't get them done right away, most times you're better off continuing the fight, especially from the standpoint of what I talked about earlier, which 3v2 is much more difficult than 2v2, 2v1. When you have 3 people shooting at one person, so say your team rolls up on another team. It's 3v3, you down one. You went 1v1 with this guy, you downed him. You now have the 3-2 advantage on that other team. And if one of your teammates is low, being able to pull over to them and, like, get the pressure off of them so they can, pop a shield cell or whatever they need to do, it makes a big difference. And number 4, don't be afraid to go down. Don't be afraid to go down. Yes, you'll die a little bit more often, but if you have a lifeline or a new castle on your team, landing those extra shots that you weren't going to land because you were trying to hide, pop a shield cell, get cover, whatever. I can't tell you how many times that I have teammates that pull away from the fight when we have a 3-2 advantage.
That goes back to them not knowing the situation. You have to be prepared in Apex because, once again, it is a war zone.
Right. That's what I always tell people is, like, you got to remember that when you're in those, whatever battle royale it is, you're in a war. Mm-hmm. You're in a war zone. So you need to think about it from the perspective of, like, how would somebody in a war zone react, You got
to know. You got to instantly know.
Right.
And react. So,
to recap, number 1, shield swap right away. Don't look for anything else. If you have enough ammo to keep going, just shield swap.
Shield swap.
Number 2, grab ammo. Number 3, don't try to finish your downed guy. Keep fighting. You have a 3-2 advantage on another team. That's a big advantage. You have a whole man advantage. In hockey, when they get up a man, they push. They push hard. They don't play passively.
Yep.
So those are 3 tips that helped me out a lot, and I hope to help you guys out a lot. But yeah, Apex is the only game I'm playing right now.
Yeah, and I've pretty much touched on it already, but Horizon Forbidden West has been my main grind. Finished the main story, but we still got a lot to do. So Horizon Forbidden West and Apex.
2 of our favorite games right now.
2 of the best games out there.
If you've played them, let us know what you think.
Yep.
If you haven't, check them out. Maybe you'll enjoy them. Maybe you won't. But let us know what you think about them also. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yep. Thank you for tuning in.
Have a good one.